Maybe. Son of a gun. Well, the rainy season is officially over here in southern Japan, starting sometime in early June and extending usually into mid-July. We get anywhere between 5 to 6 weeks of intense rainy conditions. You may not have gathered that from the video that I showed in this garden video, but during this time it really was a very intense rain. Many of the rivers were flooding. Luckily, locally we had no problems. It was fairly standard, although quite heavy rain. And in fact, even though the true rainy season, the Tsuyu as it is called, is over, we are still getting this lingering rain. So it's over, but it's not quite over. But you can hear the cicadas going out there. This is the high summer cicada season, and this is when we begin to break out of that spring wet and we start getting into this true summer conditions. Well, you can see from this video that, as usual, I had all of the difficult issues. Oh, he's got a cicada right here. You hear him? He's right there. See, he's competing with me. He knew I was going to be here. Let me go get rid of him. That's funny. There's no way you can compete with those guys. When there's one right there, it's just like they will drown you out. Anyway, which might be an advantage, I don't know. So during the this season, I had to do what I always have to do in the garden, is I have to be repotting, looking out for bugs, cutting things, you know, and on and on and on and on. You know, with this corona situation that we've had this spring, I have had extra time to get out into the garden and really try to tackle this yard and my collection. And you know, the thing that I came to realize is that I can't keep up with it. I got so many plants, and they all need so much care that I just can't quite keep it going. Anyway, I'm trying, and in this video you saw me, for instance, repotting this guy right here. This is a cycad. It's the only epiphytic cycad in the world. It's Zamia pseudoparasitica, native just to a few areas in, I believe it is northern mountain region, so that would be on the Caribbean coast in Panama, those coastal ranges. Anyway, great plant. Here it is with this new frond. You can see he's looking real good, looking good. You also saw me working on these guys here. This is a fucudon. This is Neofinetia falcata, more properly known as Vanda falcata, since they changed it back to the genus Vanda. This is one of the late flowering ones, so the bulk of them are completely done at this point. Well, you saw me working on that collection, and you can see that I've got a lot of plants. In that video you saw most of my plants. The video that I did that's been, God, when did I probably have videotaped that over a month ago, because they were blooming in early, yeah, I probably taped that about 1 month ago, yeah. So anyway, they need so much constant repotting and care, and the truth of the matter is I just don't have the time and or patience to care for them in the way that they should be cared for. They still look pretty good, and at probably in about another few weeks I'm going to have an actual video out of my collection in full bloom with me discussing them. I'll get that out within 2 to 3 weeks, sometime in August. I'm not sure exactly when. I want to do a good job on that video. But anyway, you saw me working on those, trying to keep them clean. Really, those things need to be repotted about every other year at the very longest, and really yearly is better. So if you're going to grow them in sphagnum moss, you really have to take care of them. And you know, some of those plants, the years just go by, and then I realize I haven't replanted this thing in, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years. So some of those plants are hurting, they need help. So this year, now that they're out of flower, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to start repotting them just week by week, even though they should be repotted in the late winter. In my opinion, that's the best time to repot. You can repot at any time, particularly if a plant's having trouble. So you saw me working on that. And then finally you saw me killing myself trying to get this thing, this giant ficus, into a pot. I'm lacerating my leg and sweating like crazy. Well, here I am a few hours later, and all showered up and feeling good again. This thing about killed me. You know, it's kind of comical putting that thing in a pot, because I didn't... I had a plan, kinda. I knew I'd have to prop it up, but I didn't realize just how much I would have to prop it up. I thought like one little stone or something and there'd be enough. Yeah, I was wrong. So I brought out the wire, wired it in, that was enough. And then I got in my head, I'm like, of course, I've got to use a brace, you know. So I had an old log from one of the trees I cut earlier this spring. Cut that in there, put that in there. And then even when I put the thing in place, and I put it over here first, and then I realized, oh no, now it's in the way of my walkway, and so my wife's going to be unhappy with that, and I wouldn't want it either. So I had to slide it all the way down over here, and now I've wired it to the fence, and it's stable. It's not the best place for it, but it'll be a good place for it to set in the roots into the new pot. Anyway, I'm going to do this as a kind of a pseudo bonsai. Very fast growing plant, so I can play with it a lot. I really cut the heck out of it. I didn't even bother trying to shape it or anything yet. I think what I'm going to do this year is just let it grow, and then starting next spring I'll get in there and actually try to start forming that into a more proper bonsai. And the thing I love is, like, look at those roots. You get those aerial roots coming down. So I'm going to play with trying to get those thicker. It looks really like a banyan. Oh, by the way, this is a banyan type ficus. This is Ficus superba variety japonica. It's probably the most northern growing of the banyan type ficus. You can hear it's starting to rain here again, which is appropriate to this season. That's about it. You probably won't be seeing another video like this from me for a while. I'm going to focus on just relaxing for the rest of the summer. University, I had my last day today, and I have to do some cleanup grading next week, and then final grading by mid-August. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay low for about a month. Plus, the summertime, it gets a little bit harder to videotape. You can see how I was busting my butt there to get that ficus in there. I was sweating like crazy. But it's all good. Anyway, so look for this kind of a video, this kind of a garden video sometime again, probably starting up in September, something like that. But I'll definitely get that Fukidan video out before September hits, so you can enjoy those plants. Of course, this year I was unable to go to any shows because they were all closed down due to COVID, so that's why I decided to do a Fukidan show at my house this year. Anyway, hope you have a great summer, and I'll see you again in this type of video again sometime in the fall, probably September, October.